All right, so for months now, I've shown you how gas heating bills exploded this winter, thanks mostly to sky-high delivery fees. A big part of those delivery charges go toward getting people to switch to electric heat. But some who already made that switch are fired up too. They say electric heat so far is shockingly expensive and the state has to do more.
It's unaffordable. Unless you're independently wealthy, it is unaffordable.
Talk about a jolt. Laura and Joe Stevens couldn't believe their electric bills this winter. It was the first season after they scrapped their old gas furnace for this new electric heat pump that's supposed to be highly efficient. They say it's certainly efficient at burning through their money. Do you regret making that switch?
Absolutely. I thoroughly regret it.
Enticed by a rebate from Mass Save and facing an aging gas furnace, Laura and Joe thought they were going green and would save some green. With the solar panels on the roof of their Stoughton home, they hardly used to pay an electric bill, owing National Grid less than $800 total for all of last winter. But after they installed the electric heat pump, a single month bill this December surged to $853.
We were absolutely certain that the bill was a mistake. It couldn't have possibly been real. I mean, after all, this was a new efficiency system. It couldn't possibly be right.
There was no mistake. They got bill after bill just like it all winter long, and they're not alone.
The bills just seem to have kept climbing and climbing.
In Billerica, Paul Nuccio says his new electric heat pump, which was installed last August, heats his house more evenly than his old oil system, but says the cost of that heat doubled this winter.
I don't regret it in terms of how the system works. I do regret it in terms of the cost.
His January bill, for instance, surged from $443 last year to $709 this year, and he supplements his electric heat with 2 wood-burning stoves. What do you think your bill would have been had you not had the wood stove?
My guess is it would have hit $1,000.
In Massachusetts, the state says electric heat is the future and wants every home to switch off fossil fuels like oil and gas, replacing them with electric heat pumps like these. It's why Mass Save now only offers rebates for electric heat. Heating with electricity is supposed to help the state meet its climate goals, as a growing share of the region's electricity comes from renewable sources. But these homeowners say getting there is proving painfully expensive.
They're going to have to make it a lot more attractive.
I think we're hearing more and more cases where people aren't realizing the savings they were expecting.
Babson finance professor Ryan Davies has worked on utility rates and agrees the state needs to bring down electricity costs to drive wider adoption of electric heat.
I mean, I think everyone wants to help the environment, but when it comes at the end of the day, right, it's people's pocketbooks.
The Department of Public Utilities is exploring lower winter electric rates just for people who heat with electricity, something that would be welcome at Laura and Joe's home.
They absolutely need to do something. If this is the way they want citizens to heat their homes, then they have to make it more affordable.
All right, it's important to point out that anybody who used to heat their home with gas likely would have seen their bills rise this past winter regardless, since we all saw those gas rates spike. There is relief coming soon for electric heat users. DPU is ordering utilities to provide reduced electric rates in winter for customers with heat pumps. Unitil, National Grid, and Eversource will do that starting later this year. They say it could cut bills in the winter by about 15%. If you've got a consumer story for me, you can send me an email. There's the address, ben@wcvb.com.